Jump ball is won by Case as Tom Summers out jumps Nate Novosel. Case going from left to right on your digital tuner, and they're underway. Kevin Herring with the basketball running the show, gets it to Reed Anderson into Eric Doerr's hands. Steve Young, right side with the basketball to Herring. Herring at the top of the key. Three-pointer on the way straight ahead. That rattles in and out. Rebound by Colin Cubitt.
Herring had a game to remember last Friday night, 33 points. He had the first 13 for the Spartans against Brandeis.
Nate Novosel on the drive, going to get called for the foul. So first turnover of the basketball game. We are just underway. Kevin Herring running the show. You can see the spring in those old floorboards when they put the ball down here. Herring, the Young on the curl.
McDonald likes playing over here. He likes the long boards and the empty cellar underneath. He thinks it gives them a little more spring when they get going, compared to the Veal Center that has the shorter boards and a slab underneath.
The Spartans will have to deal with Mike Shemelowick. He is the leading scorer in the UAA at over 20 points a game. He will be the offensive target tonight as Max Kaplan is bothered, gets down low to Marcus Robertson. Robertson spins, but couldn't get it to go. And Kevin Herring comes back the other way for Case. Herring shut off there. Three ball on the way for Young, and he's got it. Steve Young, bottom of the net. And the senior from St. Louis gets it going. 3-0 Case.
Steve Young had some games over here in the last couple of years to remember. He likes shooting here at Adelbert Gymnasium.
Case number 2 offensively in the league at better than 74 points a game. And they're up early on. Coming off the curl, Cubitt, and he is blocked by Doerr, but a foul is called. Doerr definitely got a piece of the basketball, but got him with the body.
Well, they're going to get Steve Young on the backside with the push.
Young will get called for the first personal, first foul of the game. Coaches in the sneakers, or coaches against cancer. First one is bounces out for Cubitt. Cubitt just a 50% free throw shooter, and he lives up to his name. He splits it. 3-1 Case just underway here from Adelbert Gymnasium. Mike Cairns along with Ed Doherty. Glad you could join us tonight. Young on the drive, dishes down low, and that's put up and in by Tom Summers. 5-1 Case, off to a good start here against the Yellow Jackets. Kaplan on the drive, checks it. Cubitt tries to dump it down inside to Marcus Robertson, back to Cubitt as they work the ball around patiently. Robertson with the basketball, trying to work on Summers, goes in with the left hand, can't get it to go. And last touched by the Yellow Jackets to be Case basketball. I think Eric Doerr got a hand on it, but I gave it to Case. Take the call, move on.
Well, 2.5 minutes into the game, and Mike Shemelowick, I don't think, has touched the basketball for the Yellow Jackets. So Case, for the first time probably in the 3 years that Shemelowick has been here and played for Rochester, they have somebody to match up with him, right? In Reed Anderson at 6'6". He plays well against Shemelowick.
Yeah, Reed Anderson is quick and long. Steve Young, three-pointer on the way, and it's good. Young 2 for 2 from the land beyond the arc, and just like that, it's 8-1. Young's got 6.
And that's when Steve Young's most comfortable. He'll find a pick, get himself open, and he's deadly when he can square his shoulders to the rim.
And another turnover for the Yellow Jackets. Looking for Marcus Robertson down low. Case off to an 8-1 start, and that'll bring Bill Searle off the bench, and he'll come in for Marcus Robertson. Searle, 6'5", 210-pound forward from New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
Well, 6-game in conference for the Spartans, and all 6 of them have started pretty much the same way. The Spartans get off to a quick lead, much like they have tonight. The key to this game will be how well they hold off Rochester late in this first half and how well they play maybe in the first 6 minutes of the second half.
Kevin Herring with the turnover. It's the second of the ball game, so we're even at 2 apiece. But Case off to a good start. 3 of 4 from the field and 2 of 3 from 3-point. Three-pointer on the way from the left side, and that's good for Max Kaplan as he was left wide open coming off the screen. 8-4 Case as Kevin Herring quickly works it back into the zone. This has every bit the potential to be a high-scoring game. Both these teams averaging well over 70 a game, and we're off to a good start right now. Herring tried the spin move on Kaplan, but got it back out to Young, and he's going to reset the offense as he calls out the play. With Cubit on him, gets it to Anderson. Anderson out top, guarded by Shmelowick. Anderson with 8 on the shot clock, trying to work around the right side, spins 5 on the shot clock, floater, and Rochester got a piece. Shmelowick comes down with the rebound. I believe Kaplan got a piece of that shot. Shmelowick on the drive, pulls up right hand block. Dorr got a piece. Rebound by Novosel. Second chance effort, no good. Dorr comes down with the rebound.
Summers
nice
and Dewar's doing a nice job inside.
Anderson straight look at a 3. And shooter's touch, can't get it to roll. Summers is underneath, battling for the rebound. And he's going to get called for the foul. Summers battling down underneath with Cubit and Kaplan, and he gets called for his first. Well, Brian Urs will come off the bench for Coach McDonald. Kaplan now. Ryan Boken's come in as well. Pair of 12s there working on one another. Shmelowick trying to drive, cut off. Gets it to Cubit. Now Novosel with the basketball, trying to drive right side baseline, no good. Three-pointer on the way, and it's good. Bill Searle comes up with a 3, and a 6-0 run makes it an 8-7 basketball game. Case on top, 15 minutes left to go here in the first half. They'll get Marcus Robertson back up off the bench. Nice drive inside by Steve Young. Young's got 8 to lead all scorers, and Case back up by 3. Kaplan. Nice give and go. Shmelowick with the right hand. So Shmelowick comes up with his first 2 points of the evening. 10-9 Case. Dorr down on the blocks. Back to Dorr. Dorr working his way around Novosel, right hand, no good. Shmelowick comes up with a rebound, pushes it up ahead. Kaplan with the basketball. Kaplan into the offensive zone. Drops it off to Searle. Back to Shmelowick. Shmelowick bothered there by Urs. Shmelowick pulls up and he gets called for the foul. That's going to go against Urs. As Shmelowick drove into Urs and then pulled up. Urs got a piece of the arm. His first, Case's third. With 14:08 left to go, and Shmelowick's going to go to the line. 79% free throw shooter. Bends, fires, and shooter's touch is good. Changes, Marcus Robertson comes back in. Colin Cubit goes out. Nate Novosel goes out as well. Alex Hildebrandt's checked in for Case. Second one on the way from Shmelowick, and looked just like the first one. Bottom of the rim, and just like that, it's an 11-10 lead for Rochester. So Rochester's come back on a 10-2 run to take the lead by 1. 14 minutes left to go. Opening half of basketball from Adelbert Gymnasium.
And they're going to get Eric Dewar for shuffling his feet. No, they're going to get a foul inside.
Searle was working with Dewar. It'll go on Searle. Searle and Dewar were battling down there on the block. Dewar got the basketball at the top of the key to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt checked there by Robertson. Hildebrandt gets it up top to Urs. Into Boken. Boken going to pull up from the free throw line. It rolls in. 12-11 Case. Well, Boken comes up with the first basket of the ball game. 12-11 Case.
Boken get a chance to play off the bench, moved up on the depth chart. He matches up well against Kaplan, so he'll see some action tonight.
He really does. They look like doubles out there. And again, Urs having problems with Shmelowick, and he picks up his second. And Brian Urs will pick up his second. Coach McDonald will go to the bench, and in comes Skuski. 6'8" senior center from West G will check in. Reed Anderson checks out. Talked about that Boken and Kaplan matchup. They look identical. They could change uniforms. You still have problems telling who's who. Both players at the point. Marcus Robertson, left elbow, drops it back up top to Searle. Searle to Shemelowick. Shemelowick fires, no good. Rebound Case as they push it down court. This is Reed Anderson for three. Front rim, no good. Shemelowick rebound. Max Kaplan looks up court, nobody there. They're going to wait for his guys to come in, pull up a little bit. Gets it to Searle. Searle to Shemelowick on the right elbow. Bothered there by Erst, dumps it down to Robertson. Robertson on the baseline, swings his way in, and he stepped out of bounds.
No, I think they're
going
to
get a foul.
Rob Skuski on the foul.
So the team's fifth foul, Skuski's first. Colin Cubitt checks back in. Shemelowick's going to take his first blow of the game. Case working from left to right on your digital tuner as Kaplan gets it into Robertson. And it hands off to Kaplan. Kaplan and Boken going at it. Back to Robertson. Right elbow beyond the three-point arc. To Kaplan now, top of the key. Kaplan to Charlesworth, who's just checked in. Charlesworth takes the shot. The rebound comes down to Skuski, ahead to Reed Anderson. Anderson stutter step, look to dish it off. Boken, here's a look at a three, and he drills it. Now Ryan Boken's got 5 off the bench, and Case is out to a 4-point lead.
No, offensively, they like to push. That's Sean McDonald's style. That's what happened. They ran it up the court, stopped. Boken came on the trail, picked it up, wide open, and hit a three.
Case shooting 60% from the floor early on, 6 of their first 10 shots. Kaplan, crossover, no good. Straight on look for Searle. He can't get it to go. Loose ball comes down to Boken. Boken going to slow it up and cross the timeline.
The
to Reed Anderson.
Defense for Case, given Rochester fits, they can't get inside.
Anderson tried to dump it down low to Rob Skuski. Foul's going to get called against the Yellow Jackets. Bill Searle, his second, team's second. Case looking good early on, Ed.
Yeah, aggressive, both ends of the court. And Rochester's going to take a 30-second.
11:43 left to go here in this opening half of basketball, and a good start for Case. 6 for 10 from the field, 3 for 5 from beyond the arc, and just 2 turnovers, 2 blocks.
Well, and you look at their overall record, 2-3 in conference, and it's deceiving because of the way they've played. And really the first 20 minutes of basketball in all 5 games. In fact, even against WashU, they had a 38-34 lead at halftime against the number 3 team in the country. So this team believes they can play with anybody. It's a matter of can they play for a full 40 minutes against anybody. And they continue to play from the outside as well as they shoot from the outside. And they match up well against Rochester, and they're not letting Rochester get into the paint. In fact, Rochester with just 2 points inside. And Shemelowick held to just 4 points so far in a little over 8 minutes of play.
Well, Rochester comes in as the second best 3-point shooting team in the conference and certainly lived up to that. But 3-point defense, they're number 1, and they just haven't been able to find an answer for Case right now. Case is off to a great start. Reed Anderson. Anderson trying to dump it down low. And a foul going to be called in the basket as Alex Hildebrandt gets it to go. Anderson found Hildebrandt working the left baseline. Hildebrandt used the body and got a little shooter's touch roll to get it in.
Now Hildebrandt saved it from going out of bounds, and he was caught underneath the basket, but showed some good form. Got himself up, got a look, got a basket, and will shoot from the line.
And he can't complete the 3-point play, but it was tipped back to him, and he goes right back up with the left hand, no good. And the rebound comes down to Nate Novosel. But Kaplan going to walk it across the timeline, bothered by Boken, who's played very well off the bench.
Yeah. Nice knee bend.
Underneath Novosel, little alley-oop down to Novosel, and a foul is called underneath. Novosel will go to the line, shooting 2. Going to be called against Rob Skuski.
Well, Skuski has 2 now, and Eric Dewar also with 2. So that's the only thing that Case has to be careful of. They just don't have the size other than those 2 to fit in.
Case quickly into the bonus. That was the 16th foul, so 1 more. Skuski comes out. Dewar comes back in. Kaplan will come out. Shmelowick comes out along with Charlesworth. Matthew Murphy checks in as well for Rochester. Second one is up and good. Case up by 5, 11:15 left to go here, opening half of basketball from Adelbert Gymnasium, 17-12. Nice drive by Ryan Boken, and he'll draw the foul. Go to the line and shoot two. Boken has been very impressive here in the first half.
Well, and leading that point off the bench, you know, and as well as Boken has played, what that means is that Kevin Herring doesn't have to run around. Now Herring will have some fresh legs, the regular point guard, maybe later in the ball game.
56% free throw shooter, and Boken is pure with that one. He's got 6. Second leading scorer behind Steve Young. Young nailed a couple of three-pointers. He's got 8. Looking to complete it. Look good, and it is. 7 points for Boken off the bench. And it's 19-12, Case on top. 11 minutes left to go here in the opening half of basketball. Bothering Murphy. Murphy gets it to Novosel. The three-pointer on the way from the left elbow, no good, as Hubert couldn't get it to go. Loose ball knocked out of bounds, Case basketball. So right now, the Western Reserve Redcats looking very good.
Well, in 2 consecutive trips down the floor for Rochester, and Shmelowick has pretty much just planted himself on the elbow and hasn't gotten involved in the offense at all.
Rochester just 3 of 12 from the field, shooting 25%. Anderson to Summers. Over to Colin Mulholland, who's checked in. Anderson, right elbow, checked there by Shmelowick. Anderson drives baseline, shut off by Shmelowick to Dorr. Summers to Boken. Back to Anderson off the curl. Anderson working on Shmelowick, trying to back him down, spins on him. Fade away, good.
Nice touch by Reed Anderson. Set it up nice, cleared some space, and turned his shoulders and hit it.
First basket of the game for Reed Anderson, biggest lead of the contest for Case, up by 9. With 10 minutes left to go in the opening half. Shmelowick on the drive, and a foul is called. It's going to go against Summers. Or excuse me, on Hildebrandt. It'll be his 3rd and the team's 7th. Didn't mean to give it to poor Tom Summers. He isn't even in the game. They don't want a foul from the bench. That would be impossible. While Shmelowick goes to the free throw line. Well, Mike Shmelowick 79% from there, and the 1-on-1 first end's no good. Goes off Nate Novosev. Out of bounds. Shmelowick saves it to Max Kaplan. Resets the clock.
Steve Young to the scorer's table. He'll set the check in on the next time out.
Shmelowick dumps it down low to Marcus Robinson, who tried to get around Dorr, and he's fouled. So Dorr picks up another foul. That'll be his first, team's 8th. Already a shooting situation, but that was in the act, so he'll shoot for 2. First one is up and good. So that'll bring in Tom Summers. He's back in there now, along with Steve Young.
Now you can give him a foul.
Yeah, I don't want to give him a foul. I'll call for points. Bends and fires. Second one good. 21-14 Case. 9:45 left to go. Opening half of basketball here in this throwback weekend. The start to a throwback weekend. Case wearing their Western Reserve Redcats uniforms. Three-pointer, a straightaway look. Long ball from Colin Mulholland. He's going to try it again. That one's going to be short. He's got his own rebound, but he traveled with the basketball.
Mulholland, who was last year, shot over 40% from behind the arc. Talked to some people inside, and they said that the new three-point line in college basketball for the men is just giving Mulholland a little bit of trouble this season. His percentage is down in the high 20s. You don't realize what that 8 inches will do mentally to you as a shooter.
Foul called. John Charlesworth will go to the line now. His opponent's situation. Rochester with just 4 team fouls. Charlesworth fires the front end of a 1-and-1. He gave it a little body, and he got it to roll in. So Colin Mulholland picked up the foul, his first, the team's 9th here. halfway through the first half, and Case with 9 fouls. Of anything, that's been the only negative part in this basketball game.
Well, and again, the storyline is similar. Last weekend, Case played very well. They shot well from the floor, but simply couldn't contain the foul shooting of the other two teams, Brandeis and NYU.
Mulholland and Steve Young got off to a great start. Hit a couple of three-pointers, had 8 points right off the bat, quickly. Boken, bothered by Kaplan, gets it to Young off the curl. He'll follow another three. Day, got it! Steve Young, 3 for 3. From three-point land, he's got 11. And that one was NBA range, fading away. Young on Cubitt. To Novosel working on Dorr down underneath, and he rams it home. 24-17. Boken comes back across the timeline, checked by Kaplan. Rochester in a man-to-man. The Dorr by Novosel. Novosel fell off him. Novosel got picked off and then lost his balance.
And Dewar said, thank you very much. I'll shoot from 8 and hit nothing but net.
I think you could have got that one in. That was close. Take it.
I'll struggle standing on a ladder, Mike.
Drive by Kaplan, dish to Cubitt. Back to Kaplan, working on Boken. Try to dump it down to Novosel, went off him. And Boken comes up with the steal. Boken pulls. Colin Mulholland gonna fire for 3, got it! Case is on fire right now.
8-2 run for the Spartans.
7:37 left to go. And Case is rolling 26-17, full timeout for the Yellow Jackets. 26-17, 7:34 left to go. You're listening to Case Basketball on the Spartan Broadcasting Network. .34 left to go. 29-17 Case. Case, the #1 team in the UAA, and three-point field goals made. They average 8 a game. They've already made 5 here. 3 of them from Steve Young. Cubitt steps inside. Couldn't get the 15-footer to go. Kept alive. Shmelowic's going to fire the 3, and he's fouled. Reed Anderson, I believe, is going to come up with the foul. And Shmelowic's going to go to the line and shoot 3. First personal. Double bonus situation from now on. 10 team fouls for Case.
Well, and by the time Shmelowic is done, Rochester will have shot 14 free throws. The Spartans have just 3. So the difference Friday night was, or a week ago, was 15 on Friday night, and Sunday it was 19 in terms of attempted free throws. It's already will be at 11 with just 7:15 to play in the first half.
Shmelowic 5 points, 5 rebounds. He missed the second one. Third one is good. But give him 6. Case by 10 with 7:14 left to go here in the first half. Kevin Herring is checked back in after the timeout, and he's checked by Max Kaplan to Reed Anderson now. Work on Shmelowic.
Robertson will get called. Every 15 minutes.
Alex Hildebrandt with Summers working on him. Bill Searle comes in for Marcus Robertson. Hildebrand got the foul with Summers, picked up the foul. Herring misses the shot from the right baseline, rebounded by Kaplan. Searle look at a straightaway three, can't get it to go, and Hildebrand comes down with a rebound, hands off to Herring. Herring wants to push it, nice bounce pass to Summers, and he gets it to go off the glass with the right hand. Nice play there by Kevin Herring. 31-19, Case with their largest lead of the night at 12. Cubitt from the left base side. Little give and go to Shemelowick, and Shemelowick will get the charge called on Shemelowick.
Is that Hildebrand that stepped in underneath him, planted his feet, and Shemelowick ran into him.
Sean McDonald's team has really come out running and gunning here.
Well, and this is about the pace that McDonald would like to see it at. 31-19, they're on pace for about 45 and a half.
And that's going to go against Max Kaplan on a block as Steve Young kind of deny Young the basketball, coming off a curl.
That'll be 17 fouls now on Rochester, and Case will shoot the 1-and-1 bonus.
Seems like it's taken forever for Case to get to the free throw line the old-fashioned way. Young will bend, fire, and good. Boy, what hasn't he hit tonight? 12 points for Steve Young.
Young, an 80-plus free throw shooter, shoots around 83, 84 for the season.
He's getting ready for the second one. Bends, fires, no good, but Summers comes down with a rebound. Kicks it out,
hard.
Young for three, and that's the first one he's missed on the night. He's 3 for 4. Rebound, Max Kaplan. Kaplan gonna push it. Kaplan try to dump it down low. Searle working on Reed Anderson. Anderson blocked it. Summers with the rebound to Steve Young. Young looks up court, fires to Anderson. Anderson working on Shemelowick. Steps up, hands it off to Kevin Herring. Herring gonna drop it. Hildebrand into the lane, dishes underneath. Right hand, and no, they're gonna call Summers for the charge. Nice idea by Hildebrand. But Tom Summers picks up his second personal as Steve Dewar gets ready to check back in for Case, and he does, along with Nate Novosel for the Yellow Jackets. And John Charlesworth. Cubitt will sit down. Max Kaplan running the point. 5:48 left to go. And a 13-point lead for Case, their largest of the night, 32-19. Kaplan stutter steps on Herring. Gets it to Charlesworth, who's just checked in. Charlesworth checked by Young. Shut off in the lane. Gets it underneath to Searle. Searle's blocked by Anderson. Out of bounds. And it should be Rochester basketball, and it is.
Anderson coming from the weak side. Came off his man. Spotted up the little pump move down low. Timed it right and smacked it out of bounds.
Second block for Reed Anderson. Shemelowick gives you an idea why he leads the league in scoring at 20 points a game. Came off the curl, off balance, and he drilled it. He's got 6, but back the other way. Reed Anderson says, I'll see your 2, and I'll raise you 1. 35-21, Case by 14. 5:15 left to go. 5 for Anderson. Shemelowick dumps it underneath to Novosel, and that's a nice play there by Shemelowick to draw the double team to Novosel, and this pace is picked up. 35-23, 5 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Anderson working on Shemelowick, crossover. Keeps the basketball, left elbow to Hildebrand to Young. Young nearly had it picked off by Charlesworth, brings it back out, and then Charlesworth knocks that out of bounds. It'll be Case basketball, 18 on the shot clock.
Charlesworth really hounded Steve Young.
Young into Hildebrand, gives it to Herring on the handoff. 15 on the shot clock. Herring to the left side, out beyond the three-point arc. Dribbles between the legs now. Looking for some help. 8 on the shot clock. Young now is going to have to fire a straightaway 3. Banked off the side. And the rebound comes to the Yellow Jackets as Matthew Murphy comes down with it. Murphy's got the basketball, checked by Kevin Herring. Case playing man-to-man. Charlesworth back to Matt Murphy. 35-23 Case, 4:15 left to go. Here in the opening half of basketball, Shemelowick working on Hildebrand. Inside to Charlesworth, couldn't get the shot to go, but Searle got the rebound and the stick back. Nice play by Bill Searle. quickly into the offensive zone's Hildebrand. Hildebrand spins on Searle with the right hand and had it roll out, and Searle got the rebound. Nice play by Case to get it back. Searle now to Shemelowick on the right side. Dumped it inside to Novosel, working on Dorr. Spins on him, left hand good.
That's 6 straight for Rochester. What was a 14-point lead is now down to 8 for the Spartans.
So with 3:42 left to go, it'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 35-27 Case. And Rochester quickly back into this basketball game.
Yeah, 6 straight. Case with a couple of missed opportunities down the floor. So Sean McDonald rightly takes that timeout, tries to stop this run. 3 minutes to go in the half. You'd like to see Case extend that lead back out to double digits before they hit the locker room.
Very well played basketball game. Both teams with just 4 turnovers. Case shooting 52% from the field, 46% from beyond the arc at 6 for 13, and they've held a very good shooting team in Rochester to just 36% from the floor.
Well, and I think another thing that makes the pace seem even greater, Mike, is the fact that both teams only have 10 points in the paint. Everything coming from the outside, so you get that excitement when they'll drain a 3 or a big jumper from away from the basket.
We got 3:42 left to go. Mike Cairns, Ed Doherty here. Our second game.
Ryan Boken back in the game for Case. He'll be in the backcourt with Kevin Herring.
Boken 7 points, 2 assists, and a rebound off the bench. Has been impressive here in the first half. Charlesworth is on him. He hands off to Kevin Herring. Hildebrand now, and a foul called away from the ball as Herring and Kaplan were getting mixed up. And that's going to go against Max Kaplan on the hold, and that'll send Kevin Herring to the line. It's almost a shame you got to watch 3 free throws because it's such a great pace that both squads have going on here.
And sometimes that will kill the pace. It'll kill the momentum for one of the two teams. It all depends on which team can hit the free throws, keep mentally into the ball game.
And Herring certainly can. One of the best free throw shooters on the team at 83%. Knocked down the first one. 36-27. Herring's first point of the basketball game, and that's 2. Substitution. Skuski will check back in. Alex Hildebrand's done a nice job off the bench as well. He'll check out. 3:27 left to go. Kaplan and Boken reacquainted once again on the court. A pair of 12s going at it. Shemelowick for 3. Off the front iron, no good. Skuski taps it to Herring. Herring comes back 2 on 3. Herring pulls up, hands it off to Skuski, gets it back at the top of the key, right side to Boken. Boken to the top of the key for Reed Anderson. Anderson guarded by Shemelowick. Dribbles on him, turns, right hand, try to get it up, no good. Novosel comes down with a rebound, hands it off to Charlesworth, who's quickly back into the offensive zone. Tried to drop it for Kaplan, then thought about it, and then got it back. Handed it off to Kaplan now. Working the weave here. They got it to Charlesworth, and Herring's going to get called for the foul. Things have slowed to a halt thanks to the bonus situation, a double bonus situation that Case has gotten themselves into. Up by 10 with 2:50 to go here in the first half.
Well, and Kevin Herring there, instead of shuffling his feet, kind of crossed over and with it, had his hand out and get called for the foul.
First one is up and good for John Charlesworth, the 5'11 junior from Cary, North Carolina. Charlesworth, an 89% free throw shooter. He was 8 for 9 coming in. Make that 10 for 11. 37-29 Case. Boken working on Charlesworth. Hands off to Herring, who sends it to Reed, top of the key, left side. Floater for Herring, and a quick floater, banked it off the glass and in.
Herring with 4 quick points, and the Spartans hold on to that 10-point lead.
That was such a quick float. He kind of deadened it off the glass for a 10-point lead with 2:25 to go. Shemelowick to Novosel, turns on Dorr, and he gets the roll. 39-31. Both teams answering quickly. Boken, this is a track meet right now, folks, as Boken gets quickly back into the offensive zone. To Herring. Herring outside the circle. Dribbles to the left, dumps it down the left side to Dorr, tries to back Novosel down, and he does with the right hand, and the foul. So the big body of Eric Dorr at 6'8", 230, the sophomore, backed his man down, Nate Novosel, and got the foul. Very impressive start here for Case. 4 points, 2 rebounds for Dorr. And he completes the three-point play. Nice touch on that one right there as Bill Searle check back in for the Yellow Jackets. Nate Novosel will check out. Searle with 5 points and 2 rebounds for the Yellow Jackets.
The final 2 minutes are key for the Spartans. Brandeis last Friday night cut a 17-point lead to 11 in the final 3 minutes of the first half. So the Spartans need to stay focused for the next 120 or 157 and carry that into the second half.
They're up by 11 right now as Marcus Robertson has also checked back in for the Yellow Jackets to Max Kaplan to Shemelowick. 1:45 left to go here. To Matt Murphy. Murphy to Kaplan on the right side. Searle now trying to move on Reed Anderson. Searle stutter step, left hand. Anderson going to get called for the foul, and the basket counts with 1:35 left to go. Anderson, his second personal. 42-33. As Searle, who just checked in, is going to try to complete the three-point play, and he does. 42-34. Minute 35 left to go. Bill Searle, a 72% free throw shooter. As Ryan Boken gets right back into the offensive zone to Kevin Herring with minute 25 left to go to Steve Young. Young dumps it down low to Anderson. Anderson taking advantage of his size on Shemelowick, but couldn't get it to go. Max Kaplan quickly comes back the other way, finds a wide open man underneath him, Bill Searle, but Searle can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound and the stick back with a left hand. And just like that, it's 42-36.
5 quick ones for the Yellow Jackets.
Just what Ed was talking about with a minute left to go. Anderson shut off there by Searle, minute left to go. Boken, a look at a three, can't get it to go off the back iron. Rebound by Matt Murphy to Max Kaplan. 51 seconds left to go in this one. Kaplan left side, shut off by Boken to Searle. Searle now top of the key. Hands it off to Shemelowick. Steve Young all over Shemelowick. Good defense by Young. Shemelowick misses off the front iron. 38 seconds left to go. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Steve Young going to pull it out and back it up as Coach McDonald says, let's slow this thing down. Eat clock. You're up by 6. 26 seconds left to go. Running the weave. Boken gets the handoff from Young. 20 seconds left in the period. Again, about a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock as Max Kaplan working on Boken. Boken to Herring. Herring look at a three and off the back iron. Rebound by Shemelowick. Shemelowick, 3 seconds left. Stolen by Reed Anderson. Anderson goes crashing into the Rochester bench as he tried to save it with 1.4 seconds left to go.
Anderson with nice defense there, and Herring got a good look just long off the back of the iron.
1.4 seconds left to go. Plenty of time for a shot, but Rochester has the ball in front of their own bench. Shemelowick going to inbound. It looks like there might be some blood on the elbow of Shemelowick. Yeah, and there is, as now the trainer quickly taping him up. Shemelowick will inbound. Steve Young on him with 1.4 left to go. Inside, Marcus Robertson, nice play, and they had it at the buzzer, but it doesn't count. Basket hard off the glass and crashing to the floor. Marcus Robertson had Matt Murphy, but Murphy couldn't get it to go.